Chapter of the National Honor Society, along with Mr. Brian Bezinger. We would like to welcome you to the 2021-2022 Senior Ceremony, where we take the time to honor our senior NHS members. So what does it take to be a member of NHS? We know it means that you have to maintain exemplary grades. And while as a society we place a strong emphasis on academic excellence, we know that the world is filled with a lot of smart people who don't always demonstrate the morals and ethics that are the core values of what it means to be in National Honor Society. As a member, you are the leaders of your class. You represent the very best of our school. The society is built on 4 pillars: scholarship, service, leadership, and character. You are already hitting the mark in each of these areas, and that is the reason you are sitting here today. As you move into the final stage of high school and life thereafter, you will face many points where you need to decide between doing something the right way or doing something the wrong way. The choices you make at those key moments will make all the difference in the life that you ultimately lead. Robert Frost reminds us that taking the road less traveled made all the difference for him. As you travel down your own road, my hope and belief is that each of you will always lean on the values, ethics, and character that you have developed as you make those choices in life. You are well on your way to making wonderful contributions to our world, and you are well on your way to leaving a legacy that will continue after your graduation. Congratulations to you all. It has been a true pleasure working with such exceptionally young people. Please continue to make your school, your teachers, your parents, and most importantly, yourself proud. Thank you. Before we start our senior speeches, we would like to thank Mr. Tim Phillips for helping us with this evening and making sure our auditorium is amazing, Mr. Steve Cady and the custodial staff, Mr. Jim Melby and the FFA group for our plant centerpieces, the teachers who have had a hand in shaping and helping these young people become amazing individuals. We would also like to thank the parents. So, congratulations. I would like to introduce our first senior speaker, Mr. Troy Velo, and teachers, please remember to introduce yourselves.
Hello, Troy Velo, Phi-Ed teacher and high school basketball coach here at Winnicott. The first inductee I have had a privilege to coach for the last 2 years in basketball, Evan Riley. Please head on up. So, Evan has had the thankless job of playing point guard for me over the last few years. As a former point guard myself, this usually means he gets yelled at a lot. But this didn't really happen a ton with Evan. Mainly for 2 reasons. 1, he rarely did anything wrong. He worked extremely hard. And 2, it was more fun for me to just look at his dad and yell at him on the bench, which I think we both enjoyed. One of the many things I loved about Evan was that he never complained and he never backed down no matter what we asked him to do. Obviously, Evan isn't 6'4", but his tenacity and intense drive allowed him to compete and have success over the past few years here on the basketball court as well as in the classroom. This mentality goes great with what he said on his survey about his secret to success. He stated that he is successful because he is willing to do things that no one else will. Throughout the years here at Winneconne, Evan has been very involved. He participated in cross-country basketball, baseball, track, earning 2 letters in basketball, 3 in track, 3 in cross-country to go along with his academic letter. Evan has had many successes on the playing field. When asked about his favorite memory in high school, Evan said making it to state in cross-country, as well as seeing Jimmy Keller hit a 3-pointer freshman year. This is exactly the person that Evan Riley is. He is someone who enjoys other people's successes as much as his own. He's a true teammate. Evan was a great leader in our program, and he's the prototypical lead by actions and not words guy. He can be a man of few words, which is very evident in his NHS survey. These are the surveys we used to write these speeches. I don't know if he was just being himself, or if he was busy washing and conditioning his beautiful hair, but there are many. Here are some of his elaborate answers that he gave me to work with. Share something about yourself nobody knows. I like to read. How would you describe your educational experience here? It was okay. All of your teachers and coaches are very flattered, Evan. At your 10-year reunion, what do you wish to accomplish? Have a job. Lastly, where do you expect to be in 1 year? At college. Just pure gold, Evan. Thanks for taking the time from your busy schedule of auditioning for Head & Shoulders commercials to help me out here tonight. In all seriousness, Evan, you were an absolute pleasure to coach, and I wish you the best of luck in the future as you head to the greatest university in the world, UW-La Crosse, to pursue a degree in chemistry. Please join me in congratulating and recognizing Evan and his parents, Matt and Kara Riley. Mr. Chris Jensen next.
Buenas noches, me llamo Senior Jens, and I teach upper level Spanish if you haven't noticed already. Tonight I'm excited to introduce an incredible young lady. She has always pushed to do her absolute best. Please join me in welcoming Hannah Stammen. Let me start out by telling you, Hannah, that este discurso me da anxiedad. Hannah plans to continue her education at UW-Madison in the field of environmental science as a scientist or environmental lawyer. While in Winneconne, Hannah was super involved in golf, powerlifting, pro, key club, student council, and both National and Spanish Honor Society. She also served on the executive board for Spanish Honor Society for the past few years. Hannah is active in her community and has coached youth soccer camps, worked with students with disabilities, participated in Feeding America, and also Project Backpack. When Hannah was asked about the most useful piece of information she learned in school, she responded, "I found my passion learning and discovering the truth about what things happen in the world." Hannah is driven, passionate, and hardworking. Hannah is going to do amazing things while making a difference in the world and in the lives of so many. In the Spanish classroom, she has been such an incredible asset to our program. She always pushes herself to learn everything she can about the Spanish language and culture, and is one of the few students who has asked me to check out books during the summer to continue her Spanish education. If all this isn't amazing enough, she has also worked with several environmental activist groups to make the world a better place. In fact, she has been working really hard with groups in Costa Rica to protect its waters, and they were successful in getting legislation approved to make this happen. The most impressive part about all this is she was not only able to do it and communicate, but she did the whole thing while using her Spanish knowledge. Hannah, you always come to class with a huge smile on your face, and no matter how hard things got, you always put your best foot forward. Hannah, as you go forward, try not to stress, listen to your heart, and if something gives you anxiety, just remember Elvis Crespo and Alvaro Soler have your back just as much as I do. Hannah, I wish you the best going forward, and I know that you're going to do incredible things. Please join me in recognizing Hannah Stammen and her parents, Michelle and Dale Stammen. Next up, Mr. Craig Van Camp.
Good evening. My name is Craig Van Camp, and I teach students here at Winneconne High School. And I have two requests for all of you here tonight. One, sit back, relax, and enjoy as we honor the hard work of these fine young men and women. Two, Please no one come up on stage and go all Will Smith on me tonight. So with that, I'd like to present a lesson. All right, I'd like to present a lesson right now. A lesson on Untitled Chapter. Now, Mr. Phillips just let me know that, I guess, the network's down, so I can't present these slides. So instead, I'm going to need a visual aid. So, Josh Stone, can you please join me up here? Feel free to have your hat as well. That'd be Oh, this is just perfect, too. This is just perfect. I honestly couldn't have written this out. So, Unentaldramia is the emergence of the unconscious, opposite in the course of time, in that any extreme is opposed by that system in order to restore balance. Example, cold things warm, warm things cool, wet things dry, as in the yin and yang of balancing opposites. Another example, here's Josh. Josh is a person of balancing extremes. This young man can run long distances in short time. Yeah, that's what makes him good in cross and track. This same young man will cover short distances in a very long time, as you just saw. And I see him moving in the halls, the school hallways, and it's like the pace of The Walking Dead. Now, a restoration of balance, I guess, though. Again, case in point. So, to some, Josh is often a bit reserved and quiet. Teachers might not hear him say much. But there's this other side of Josh. He's actually really funny, and some might say he won't be quiet. Also, though he doesn't look that bright, he is one of the strongest students we have in our math and engineering programs. Equilibrium. Now, I was hesitant to put that last statement in. Not the mean part, but the part about saying he's one of my strongest students because I didn't want to feed his ego. See, Josh doesn't lack confidence, but he balances that well with his carefree nature, as his life philosophy in approaching just about anything states. It's just not that serious. So Josh chose this quote because, quote, I don't really take things that serious. Life is a lot better when everything isn't a huge deal. Though, in all honesty, Josh is quite modest, and he's earned the right to be confident. He embraces challenge. He's learned to deal with success and failure, and he's learned that solving/accomplishing things that are hard can be the most rewarding. Success through perseverance. Josh has grown into a commendable young man through his hard work and his rigorous course load, along with his involvement in sports and NHS. Josh has also bloomed from his influence of people like his father. As Josh says, my dad is probably the most influential person in my life. I've always looked up to him in his leadership and intelligence. He also tries to do the right thing and places a lot of importance on it. Josh will be attending UW-Platteville to major in mechanical engineering. With that degree, he hopes to be building things to make people's lives better. Josh, though I began the speech as a bit of a roast, I truly believe you are very well-rounded and have incredible balance in who you are. This is something that most people spend their adult life trying to find. Taoism would relate this to harmony in life. This will serve you well as you move forward and continue to grow intellectually and as a person. So please make sure you continue to strive for greatness, and I know you will overcome every challenge you face. It is my pleasure to give you the speech and wish you all the best. Now, would David and Michelle Stone please stand to be recognized along with their son, Josh. I'm going to stay up here. Sorry about that. So the next senior approaching the stage isn't really familiar with that word, approaching. In fact, this senior probably was fairly certain that they wouldn't encounter the word approaching in their high school career. So with that, would Francesca Virch please approach the stage? How are we doing tonight, Francesca? Good. This is how I would characterize Francesca. A calm intensity. She has this competitive spirit and has made her a force on the basketball court, on the track/course, and in the classroom. This competitive spirit she has isn't about beating an opponent, it's about challenging herself to be better. She sets her sights on achieving her goals and refuses to be lured by distractions. Well, other than her brief addiction to TikTok. Have you gotten over that yet? Good, good. So this calm intensity is the result of her drive, determination, and preparation. Now, classmates and teammates see this and look to her for example and guidance. This is why she's often a leader in the classroom and in the organizations she represents. And this is why she's the perfect candidate for class valedictorian. So, it is so fitting for her to choose the following quote from Morgan Freeman to sum up her life philosophy. And it's a good one, though I'm not going to do my Morgan Freeman voice right now. Self-control is strength. Calmness is mastery. You have to get to a point where your mood doesn't shift based on the insignificant actions of someone else. Don't allow others to control the direction of your life. Don't allow your emotions to overpower your intelligence. And she does a good job of living by this mantra. Well, unless it comes to planning prom or working with your older brother. But I guess it's okay, we all have moments of weakness. Now, on her parents' influence, Francesca states, they always go out of their way to support me in everything I do, and they always push me to be a better person, than I can be in everything I do. They also taught me the importance of hard work and dedication in achieving my goals. And from NHS, Francesca states, one thing I learned from my involvement thus far is I truly enjoy volunteering and helping others. It's so special to see your work put a smile on someone's face. Francesca plans to attend UW-Madison to pursue a degree in chemistry or biomedical engineering, ultimately entering a career in nuclear medicine. And I'm confident she will find great success in her career while also being an inspiration and role model as a woman in STEM. So Francesca, to your journey ahead, Godspeed and best wishes. So would John and Jill Verich please stand to be recognized with their daughter, Francesca.
Good evening, I'm Tim Phillips. I'm the director of the WCAC here and teach theater and drama, as well as co-teach the theater production techniques class. It's a privilege for me to be here this evening. When working with a student over 5 years, a full 5-year period, directing them as they develop a vast array of characters, such as a meerkat, a gangster, clever, mischievous 13-year-old, opinionated but polite mother and wife, and a spoiled youngest child, you think you'd get to know that person pretty well. Well, while I was preparing this talk for this person, I learned a few things that I had not otherwise known before. For instance, when you come into rehearsal and the entire cast is laying on the floor, staring at the ceiling, to confuse and surprise the director, it's the least one that you would expect that instigated the whole thing. Or when you discover that their life's accomplishment that they feel most proud about so far is perfecting their sweet tea recipe. I mean, I knew that the gangster baker could make a mean Toledo surprise, but as a Texan, how has this sweet tea recipe escaped me? Well, it is my pleasure to introduce and invite up to the stage and present to you Madeline McHugh. Madeline has actively been involved in Key Club, Book Club, Broken Pencils, Creative Writing Club, National Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society, our drama and musical theater program, and the Winneconne Trap Team. She has served the community by sorting clothes at the Thrift and Gift, working brat fries for the Masonic Lodge, distributing candy and marking the parade route for Sovereign State Days, sorting canned goods at the Winneconne Area Assistance Center, and working concessions with the American Legion at Battle on Bago. Madeline has learned how important it is to participate in service projects that you care about and that you enjoy. This year, her participation included assembling tote bags and to be given to children victims through Fox City's Victims Crisis Response Team. She was a member of the Dressember Officer Group Project, raising awareness and funds for human trafficking, and working with other National Honor Society members at Feeding America. Madeline, to the question, how do you intend to leave your mark on the world, you wrote, I want to be a good enough friend, parent, wife, and sister that I change the lives of those around me in small, positive ways. I hope that I grow to be a very generous and faithful woman. I can attest to you that you are already doing many of these things. So I know that there have been numerous times when your smile, your kind words, both spoken and written, have brought joy and a positive change to my life. You truly are and will continue to be a blessing to all of those around you. This fall, Madeline will be attending the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point, majoring in natural resources and conservation, and plans to pursue a career as a park ranger or other DNR field. Robert and Jennifer McHugh, please stand and be recognized as we celebrate the accomplishments of your amazing daughter, Madeline McHugh.
I'm Terry Cruz. I teach seniors now in statistics, so this is my first speech here. So this next student is extra special, I could say. If this next student could do anything in the world without failing, she would either break every powerlifting record or end world hunger. And I have to smile at this statement because these goals are radically different, but they really do perfectly describe this student. Having a tenacious, take-no-prisoners attitude towards sports, while at the same time having a high moral compass and social consciousness, helps to make Ashley Wisniewski a force to be reckoned with. Ashley, please come on. Ashley is a member of Pro, Book Club, and Sources of Strength. She's competed on the powerlifting team, earning 2 varsity letters, and on the track team, earning 3. She's been on the high honor roll for all 4 years and earned her academic letter. Her proudest accomplishment is breaking the state powerlifting record. I'm also told, though, that she has a missed opportunity for football greatness. For today in gym class, she scored the game-winning touchdown against Tyler Youngbauer. Ashley says that her key to success is to set achievable goals and always strive to meet them. Ashley hates to lose. It's the quality about her that I appreciate the most. If she sets a goal for herself, she will stop at nothing to achieve it. In the fall, Ashley will travel to the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee for psychology. Her goal is to help others as a psychiatrist or psychologist. She leaves behind memories of relay warm-ups at state track and traveling to Colorado for powerlifting nationals. She's been a leader on both of those teams, and she will be missed. Her advice to underclassmen at WHS would be to be themselves and don't shy away from new opportunities, because you'll never know the good things that come out of it. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in recognizing Ashley Wisniewski and her parents, Dave and Gail.
Hi, my name is Jim Melby, and I teach agriculture and natural resources here at the high school and middle school and advise the FFA chapter. If you are responsible for the FFA jacket covered in cow slobber that is currently sitting in my classroom, please come forward. Oh yeah, it's my pleasure to choose Maria Zilgis for senior NHS recognition. Set Terry Crews level. Maria, when's the last time you wrestled a cow?
Last week.
Anybody else? Thought so. I work a lot of hours, night chaperoning FFA trips. Maria's always there. School forest activities, Saturday and Sunday mornings, watering the greenhouse. Note, insert plant sale plug. But I can assure you that I struggle to keep up with Maria's work ethic. Let me give you a couple of examples that showcase her drive and determination. I distinctly remember road tripping to the State FFA convention last summer with the FFA officers in the school expedition. 99.9% of all teenagers, rightfully so, use that time for napping or playing on their phone. Then there's Maria, sitting shotgun, Chromebook, working on meeting agendas for one of the 400 committees she's a member of. That's not normal, but that's Maria. And then there is Spring Break 2022. Raise your hand if you spring break with Maria this year. Those people? I distinctly told her, don't work on FFA things when you go on spring break. Guess who emailed me the April FFA meeting agenda, the FFA banquet script, the FFA banquet program, and specific checklists for an upcoming event? Maria Zilgis. That's her spring break. That's Maria. She has a tremendous work ethic. And that work ethic is a credit to her incredible parents. Would Tim and Ann Zilgis please stand up to be recognized? I have been Maria's FFA advisor for 6 years, and her list of FFA accomplishments alone is long. She's a 3-year FFA officer, state FFA degree recipient. She's only the third member of our chapter's history to qualify for a state speaking contest. And just last week, in that cow's saliva-covered FFA corduroy jacket, Maria showed that ornery 1,300-pound Holstein cow who was the boss, and placed first in the in-person version of the state FFA dairy cattle handling contest. I have to cut the FFA list short because there's a commercial break coming up, but trust me, it's extensive. Maria's FFA career rivals that of any FFA member in the storied 82 years of our FFA chapter's history. Outside of FFA, Maria has served as the Wisconsin Secretary of Agriculture Youth Agricultural Council member this past year. She has served as a longtime leader in the Winchester 4-H Club and Winnebago County 4-H in general, and she has earned the prestigious 4-H Key Award and James Crowley Award as part of 4-H as well. And recently, Maria qualified for nationals at the state conference while serving as our vice president for Winnebago County's Skills USA chapter. This long, albeit abbreviated list of Maria's accolades and accomplishments will serve her while she heads off to my alma mater in River Falls to, I believe, double major in ag business and marketing communications. The agriculture industry needs leaders, and Maria is destined to be one of those leaders moving forward, and I look forward to seeing the journey. Congratulations, Maria. I didn't trip her, it was a thing on the floor.
What is success to you? What does it mean to be successful? Success comes from the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. We must be reflective in choosing the aim or purpose that we feel defines success, or else reaching that success can feel empty. I have no doubt this next inductee will not only experience success, but be a success story. Emma Wolfel, please come to the stage. Now, I believe there's a wide array of qualities a person can have and elements of character it takes for someone to be successful. To list a few: noble intent, resilience, drive, taking on challenges, seeking help, being reflective, humility, kindness. Emma Wolfel has displayed every quality of a successful person in my classroom. Well, some classmates might say you need to work on kindness. Emma, how much do you love calculus? Well, let me tell you a quick story. You see, I worked on a dairy farm from age 7 to 14 with my father and grandfather. It was very hard work, and I regularly complained about it. If asked, I was adamant I didn't enjoy it. I envied friends who didn't have to get up early or work on weekends. But looking back, I have no doubt it made me a better person, and I cherish some of those memories. And I'm now thankful and grateful for the opportunity. Do you get my point here? My point is, farming and calculus are different things. So Emma will be attending the University of Minnesota for a degree in architecture and states. She hopes to fly back here at her 10-year reunion from Maine, where she is helping design cities to be more environmentally friendly. What Emma learned from NHS. Quote, "One thing I've learned about myself while participating in NHS is that community service can be done in a variety of ways, both hands-on and hands-off. And I prefer doing my community service hands-on, where I can see the people it impacts. Emma, you have and will continue to have a positive impact on so many. I wish you nothing but the best going forward. So now, would Debbie and Jack Wolfel please stand to be recognized along with Emma.
All right. My name is Mr. Western. I teach 7th grade social studies, coach cross country and track here at Winneconne. So this member, who's had a 6-year career in cross country, pretty illustrious one, and probably has been a fan of the program since she's been maybe around 9, is Macy Clark. Could please come on up. I got to know Macy at when she was much smaller, coming to cheer on her cousin, Abby, for cross-country meets. And, I even had a chance to see a picture, digging through, trying to find it. Thought maybe we could throw it up here, but of her at her first state cross-country meet when she was very small, holding a sign saying, "Go Abby, go," not knowing that she would be somebody who would run on that course, well, technically 3 times, but be at state for 4 of those years. She's had a pretty illustrious career where she finished 4th overall in Winneconne cross-country history in terms of points, and that stands a lot to her accomplishments. This future entrepreneur has already accomplished so much in and out of the classroom. Macy has dedicated so much of her, well, we could call it spare time, playing softball and running miles in hopes to achieve her goals. As the dust begins to settle on her high school career, the lists of accolades for Macy are very long. This young lady has achieved a handful of all-conference award honors between softball and cross-country. She's a 4-time state athlete, as I've already mentioned, and she is one of 3 girls in Winneconne history to do that in one sport. She is a 4-time academic all-state athlete. She's 2nd team all-state in softball. And she was a key member to our 2020 state championship, which she states in her questionnaire, has been alluded to by many speakers, as her favorite memory. And I can say in sports, it definitely ranks up there with one of my favorite as well. With her hard work, she holds the unique honor of being awarded an athletic scholarship in 2 different sports. Many of you may not know that. She was awarded a cross-country scholarship at UWGB, but she settled, we'll say, on her softball scholarship to play at Division II Bryant Stratton College, where she will major in business and continue down the entrepreneurial path. So congratulations on those accomplishments, actually probably all 3. Macy credits her dad as the most influential person in her life, citing his positivity and happiness as infectious. It is the same positivity that Macy hopes to emulate as she hopes to leave her mark on the world by creating a happier and more positive environment. Macy, I can honestly say you are on that path. For example, I've known Macy since she was in 7th grade really well. One attribute about Macy that I've always enjoyed is her ability to engage in conversation. A lot of kids will say hello and awkwardly walk past you in 7th grade, or better yet, see you in 8th grade and act like they never know you. Macy has always held hello, how was your day, engage in conversation. It's one of her best attributes. The rare art of small talk that has long passed. Macy, I will miss our chats, our hypothetical analysis of an upcoming season, or a breakdown of the upcoming softball season. We know you will continue to show your work ethic and grit at the next level. Congratulations and good luck on your future endeavors, including your last high school goal of trying to earn a trip to the state softball. I would like her parents, Garth and Angie, to stand as we recognize and congratulate Macy Clark on this amazing accomplishment. Congratulations.
Recently I read this anonymous quote, "The most beautiful people wear their hearts on their sleeves." This is true literally and figuratively for Jacob Mako. Would you please come up here, Jacob? Okay, if I go long, it's because I'm crying. I'm sorry. Since I've known you, you have a rare and special ability to see the positive and to be the positive in each moment. It doesn't mean you don't have sadness or frustration. It means that you're able to move through it and turn your attention to making the most of each moment and situation. You care deeply for your family and friends, and you let them know how much you care. It's no coincidence that you intend to leave your mark by, as you say, teaching everyone to live every day to the fullest with no regrets because you don't know if you'll live tomorrow. When asked to share something most people don't know about you, you fully acknowledge in your own words, "I have the biggest mouth, so everyone knows everything about me." This is just another example of wearing your heart on your sleeve. You understand that part of living and caring is opening up and sharing. And if you can make people laugh at the same time, even better. Jacob has poured his heart into our theater and music programs. He found some of his best friends and family through his involvement in the theater. One of Jacob's proudest accomplishments is being the stage manager for 7 shows. His favorite school trips involve band, choir, and photography. His energy and positivity in these programs have earned him lettering in band for 3 years, and a choir, theater, and an academic letter as well. He was also awarded Techie of the Year. Jacob has cared for the school and community through his volunteer work with Girls on the Run, Thrift and Gift in Winneconne, Father Carr's Place to Be, and Ringing the Bell for the Salvation Army. Jacob has embraced the social side of school as well. When not dressed in the game's themes, supporting our teams, Jacob loves to hang with friends, jet ski, travel, hike, and spend money. These things, combined with his love of the theater, paint a clear picture highlighting how he describes his educational experience. Not as good as High School Musical, but pretty close. And just a side note, I'm really excited to see part 2 of your choir final this year. Can we make that happen? Jacob plans to attend UW-Oshkosh and major in criminology in the hopes of being a private or criminal crime scene investigator, which is interesting because if Jacob knew he could do anything and not fail, it would be to rob a bank. Jacob mentions that his dad is the most influential person in his life, his #1 supporter and best friend. He credits his dad with teaching him how to work hard, how to treat others, and how to live life to the fullest. John Mako, we thank you for raising this incredibly beautiful young man and for not teaching him to rob banks. Jacob, thank you for wearing your heart on your sleeve. Thank you for sharing your love for your family and friends and being an example of living life to the fullest. Mr. Mako, would you please stand? And everyone together with me and his father, John Mako, please join me in congratulating Jacob on all of his accomplishments. Jacob, you are loved.
Good evening, I'm Lisa Olson and I'm an English teacher at Winneconne High School. We can choose to be perfect and admired or to be real and loved. A quote from Glennon Doyle. The student I'm about to introduce chose these words to represent her in her time in high school. I would argue that she doesn't have to make that choice. She's pretty darn close to perfect and certainly real and loved. Kaylin McHugh, please join me on stage. I was lucky enough to have Kaylin in my Accelerated American Literature class and Creative Writing class last year, and Kaylin has been my teacher assistant this semester. She's also been in Book Club and Creative Writing Club, 2 clubs that I'm fortunate enough to advise. It has been a pleasure to get to know Kaylin these past 4 years. I can honestly say that she is one of the kindest, smartest, hardest working students that I know. She's made Winneconne High School a better place during her 4 years here. Not only is Kaylin involved in National Honor Society, but she's also been in Book Club, Creative Writing Club, Key Club, Pro, Spanish Honor Society, Academic Bowl, and every play and musical that has been produced during her time at Winneconne High School. I would also be up here another hour listing all of the volunteering that Kaylin has miraculously found the time to give to her community as well, but I'll spare all of us. You may be surprised to know that Kaylin is currently teaching herself Chinese Mandarin in whatever free time, I don't know where she finds it, and then with the hopes of becoming conversational in it, and she recently published her very own book of poetry. Additionally, Kaylin is one of her class's valedictorians. She said that the secret to her success is to ask a lot of questions. It's always best to be honest when you need help, and it never hurts to get extra clarification on the expectations for an assignment. Kaylin is attending Bethel University next year as an English major in hopes of pursuing a career either as an editor or an English teacher. I think you'd be a pretty good English teacher, but I might be a little biased. Kaylin, you have made an incredibly positive impact on my life. I will miss our time together, especially your patience as I sometimes go off on my own little TED Talk tangents during your time this semester as my teacher assistant. I know you will be incredibly successful no matter what your future holds. So if Jennifer and Robert McHugh will please stand up and be recognized along with Kaylin. Congratulations.
Hello, I'm Trisha Bilo. I teach social studies here at the high school. I could talk about like psychological terms for why my heart is racing right now out of nervousness, but they took their AP test yesterday, so I'm just not even gonna bring it up anymore. The greatest part about being a teacher, looking around at all these fantastic, hardworking students, definitely is the kind of students like these who make every day better. Students you look forward to seeing every day that show up ready to work, most of the time, but also arrive prepared to give me, I should say, just enough crap, like respectfully, to make it funny. If you're lucky, some students might also bring some of the world's stinkiest foods to class and leave me gagging like for a half an hour. Never a dull moment. I'm really excited to speak on behalf of a student who fits that very description. The always original Janice Sitter. Jana, come on up. For the record, it wasn't her fault. She didn't know that the cauliflower was smelly. All right, I first met Jana when she was a junior in my psychology class, and we hit it off right away. Despite the general gloom of social distancing, masks, and virtual days, having Jana in first hour made for a great start of the day. One fateful morning, when I took a drink of orange juice and realized I couldn't taste anything, Jana was the first to send me off to quarantine with a cheery, "Feel better, Mrs. Bilo." Since we've gotten to know each other a little bit better, I have a feeling that if it would happen again, she would tell me that COVID is just a state of mind, and but that's just us. Jana really brings a lot to our AP Psych family, not just smelly food and some comedic relief. She's genuinely a good person who really cares about everyone around her, human and animal. She checks in with me and her classmates often to make sure we're doing okay, and always makes sure everyone is taking good care of their dogs. Her work at Tailwaggers is a source of pride for her and suits her perfectly. No, it's true. She has a big heart, lots of energy, and is full of positivity. As a matter of fact, I adored her grade school dream to be a veterinarian and live by herself in a big house with a bunch of animals. That sounds awesome. Yeah. Being able to successfully balance work and school is one of her greatest accomplishments thus far. Definitely commendable when you look at her club involvement with book club, pro, NHS, her volunteer hours, her busy work schedule, and just her, in general, difficult course load. Her self-proclaimed secret to success is fashion. Look good, feel good. I wore a dress. Yeah, I wore a dress. The phrase she chose to represent her educational career also made me laugh out loud. Not having the best grades, but having the best shoes. Jana, I'm really gonna miss you every day next year, but I'm hoping you stay in touch as you head off to Marquette. Thank you for all the laughs. Please join me in recognizing Jana and her mom, Miss Jennifer Stick, as we recognize Jana.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chris Harps, and I teach technology and engineering. The student I'm about to talk about reminds me of a modern-day Renaissance man. By day, he is pursuing knowledge of computer coding. By night, he displays his talents on the stage, showcasing his passion for acting. One may wonder how someone so talented can transition like this, but I think the secret to his success is his own well-roundedness, as quoted. Listen. If you just listen, you can learn a lot more than if you talk. Great words to live by. Josiah Ernst, would you please come forward? Or perhaps the next Bill Gates. Josiah's accomplishments have been remarkable. In addition to National Honor Society, he has been involved in cross-country, theater, jazz choir, chess club, debate team, video game club, and Broken Pencils. Because of his dedicated mindset, not only has it showcased his success on the acting stage, but also earning salutatorian of his class, as well as high honors. However, speaking of well-roundedness, some things I didn't even know about Josiah is that he just earned his black belt in karate and took up learning Japanese. How cool. Wow. That's awesome. Now, all this will help Josiah down the line as he enters North Dakota State University to study computer science. His end goal is to enhance operating system software to help make computers and the internet talk more fluidly. Thank goodness. Watching the spinning hourglass and the revolving circle can be so frustrating at times. However, if you fix that issue, I won't be able to use the joke anymore with students while I was a computer late. It had a hard drive. Computer humor, yeah. But really, good luck in fixing that. Now, I've gotten to know Josiah through my 8th grade computer programming class and currently the industrial robotic programming class. His can-do attitude in learning programs is nothing short of amazing. Personally, I love the fact that the most useful piece of information Josiah has learned in school is that a variable can represent many different values, words, or conditions. And as a computer programming teacher, that is reassuring knowing what you're going to study. I also love the fact that Josiah's newly found epiphany, pseudocode, has a purpose. It's like, what does one penny say to the other? We just make sense. So a little more humor. As Josiah's high school career ends, it's important to recognize the impact that Josiah's parents have had on his life. His work ethic, knowledge about life, and his spirituality you have all instilled in him will provide the foundation for him to succeed in life's challenges. Would Reverend Joshua Ernst and Mrs. Heather Ernst please stand to be recognized? Josiah, remember your own words. Make your impact on the world, but also follow your own advice. Don't sweat the little stuff. Those really won't matter in the end. Just let it go. Good luck and congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. The students call me Miss Amanda, and I work in the high school library. I have to say I've never been so honored to be so nervous in all my life. Knowing that I have affected a young life enough to be chosen to speak for them tonight is a blessing. I'm so grateful to have a job that I love with students like Miss Autumn Esch. Will you please come forward to be recognized? Autumn is very involved with the high school and the community. Over the years, she's participated in theater, where she received a Shining Star and a Best Supporting Actress award. Softball, track, trap, book club, key club, choir, where her favorite school trip was caroling. Choir council, pro, broken pencils, FFA, NHS, NHS secretary, and is one of this year's 10 valedictorians. When asked what she will miss most about school, it is the people in the theater program. According to Miss Autumn, Mr. Phillips is the best director in the business. He cultivated and grew her passion for theater and showed her that she can create a family anywhere she goes. And go she has. This young lady's community service hours were spent at numerous places around town. Autumn loves her community and loves being able to serve in any capacity, and it shows. Winneconne is lucky to have such a remarkable young lady helping to make this community even better. Autumn always has a smile, is willing to help, listen, laugh, and share stories. This is where I learned that this sweet young lady has another side. For fun, she likes reading, outdoor activities like hiking, caring for her animals on their hobby farm, and drag racing. Yep, you heard me right, this young lady drives cool cars really fast, and it's really cool. I about fell out of my seat when I learned this amazing fun fact. She's been going to the racetrack since before she can remember. Her love for racing comes from her dad, John, and she thoroughly enjoys the time they share. She is the perfect example of never judge a book by its cover. Autumn states that the most influential person in her life is Jesus. Autumn plans to attend Ethnos 360 Bible Institute in Waukesha for their 2-year program to obtain an associate's degree in biblical studies. She hopes to go into ministry, hopefully women's ministry. Ethnos 360 has an amazing program that involves mission work. All of her community service experience has laid the foundation for her to excel at the multiple challenges and differences she will face. None of her plans are set in stone. She is open to go wherever God may call her. She attributes her success to prayer and Jesus and will undoubtedly shine in all she is called to do. Excuse me. I believe her words explain her best. By my 10-year reunion, I want to be a better person than I am now. I don't know how that's possible, but she says I want to have grown with whatever life throws at me. I hope to become more loving, forgiving, generous, compassionate, and hopeful. I want to have touched people's lives. I'm not focused on physical accomplishments because I know these will come and go in life when it is their time. What is lasting is the kind of person you are. Autumn, my advice to you today is never lose yourself. Remember today and your aspirations. Knowing you, Autumn, has brought light to my life. Continue to shine your light. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in recognizing the notable Autumn Esch and her parents, John and Deb Esch. Please stand.
Good evening. My name is Brad Thomas. I teach a variety of science and engineering courses here at Winneconne High School. These young men and women tonight are something very special. Especially this one. She's a little fiery at times, a little quiet at times. Miss Emily Cole, please come forward. Emily, congratulations on your inductance into the Winneconne chapter of NHS. I am truly honored to get to present you with this award. You have grown into a wonderful young woman that I have had the pleasure to teach and share my always funny dad jokes. When asked what she's going to miss most about her time at WHS, she commented the pep rallies. And I had to think, why? Well, that's where she can use her loudness for good. And now with the first pick in the 2022-23 college season, Emily has chosen the University of Wisconsin, which originally she said Iowa, and I found out today that it was going to be Wisconsin, so I had to quick make an amendment to my speech. Thanks for the heads up, Emily. She's going to get a degree in environmental science. I really believe that whatever you choose, the path you're going to go on, you're going to thrive and be fantastic. When asked how she intends to leave her mark in the world, she plans to continue to volunteer throughout her life and hope that the continuous efforts that she does will help others in need. Emily, you're already a kind and grateful individual. Her philosophy is best represented by a quote by Mark Twain: "Do the right thing, it will gratify some and astonish the rest." Emily, this is a quote that I believe all should follow. We need to do more of the right things in life. Emily, good luck with every challenge that comes your way. I know you'll be a great success because of your amazing attitude and work ethic. She was also asked what advice to give future Winneconne students. She responded, use your resources. Don't be afraid to ask of what you need from them because you will learn from them. We'd also like to recognize Emily's parents, Dr. Mark and Mrs. Pam Cole. Thank you for allowing me to meet and teach such a wonderful young lady. In closing, Emily, approach your goals with conviction and confidence and you'll be a success. Thank you for allowing me to present this award to a very deserving student. Best of luck and continued success. But before you leave the stage, I have one last question for you. If April showers bring May flowers, what do May flowers bring? Pilgrims. Dad joke number one of the night.
Hello again. The student I'm about to introduce you to is one of the hardest working students I have ever had the pleasure to have in class. His tenaciousness to acquire knowledge and use it to figure out problems is absolutely commendable. As a matter of fact, as I've gotten to know this young man, his attitude and work ethic remind me of the late Steve Jobs, CEO of Apple, who stated, "Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is love what you do." I get to see this passion every day as this young man does great work. Hunter Ward, would you please come forward? Or perhaps the next Elon Musk? So how does one define great work? Well, in addition to being a member of National Honor Society, Hunter's work is passion for soccer, in which he has earned letters, MVP honors, and all-conference awards. His ability to lead and give back, helping out with youth camps, refinishing soccer shelters, and assisting at Feeding America, showcases his drive to help everyone around him become better, including myself. As a matter of fact, Hunter comes with such a systematic approach that when it comes to electronics, I should adapt it more frequently. I tell him, when you see some components smoking or things not working right, you've gone too far. Whereas he just takes a systematic step-by-step with all his math equations and everything else. Hunter needs to know how everything works, which is kind of fitting given that what he's going to be going into. Doing great work includes realizing just how much you've learned in the past 4 years. Recently, Hunter gave a presentation to automation engineers from a local company that just blew their mind, and not only the knowledge of the subject matter, but also his demeanor as his presentation tried to throw a few hiccups at him during operations. That demeanor has given him the foundation to tackle any challenge, one that I have the utmost respect for. As Hunter's time here begins to end and his journey begins attending the University of Wisconsin-Platteville to study software engineering, it is important to note the significance Hunter's parents have had on his life, grounding him with humility, dedication, and respect. Would Becky and Jesse Ward please stand to be recognized? In conclusion, as this experience becomes one dot of many dots in your life, quoting Steve Jobs, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect the dots looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect. Every experience has a purpose. I know you will make the most of it. Congratulations and good luck.
I'm happy to share the accomplishments of a student who has demonstrated great skills of leadership that attest to the commitment and effort they pour into every task at hand. Even though you credit the most useful piece of information you learned in school is Control-Shift-T to reopen a tab you just closed. I still personally have been encouraged and motivated to be a better leader through the example you have set. It is my privilege to introduce to you and invite to the stage tonight Cassandra Dearing. Cassandra has an impressive list of involvement in activities, clubs, extracurricular, co-curricular, and community service activities. The likes of playing lead roles in drama and musical theater, active in Key Club and Book Club, is the Executive Board Co-President of Student Council and Service Officer of National Honor Society. She has also been involved in forensics, debate, academic decathlon, art club, photography club, and jazz choir. Her community service activities include Community Kids Sunday School volunteer, Feeding America and Oshkosh Area Food Pantry volunteer, Day-by-Day Warming Shelter meal team member, Bearing Precious Seed volunteer, Appalachian Missions Trip team member, Camp Barnabas team member, and Lake Lundgren Bible Camp volunteer. Awards Cassandra has received include the Choir Gold Star Freshman, Forensics Rookie of the Year, letters in academics, drama, musical theater, and in choir. She has also received a bar and outstanding musician pin in choir. Cassandra's contributions to National Honor Society this year include the organization of a rake and run event assisting community members in a yard work who couldn't otherwise accomplish it on their own. Her officer project, Dressember, raised awareness sharing facts about the reality of human trafficking and raised over $2,000 for human trafficking rescue and prevention efforts all around the world. From Bearing Precious Seed Scripture Assembly to processing hundreds of pounds of Apple Jacks at Feeding America, Cassandra has loved all the opportunities to lead and participate in extra service events through National Honor Society. Cassandra, in your response to the question, at your 10-year reunion, what do you want to have accomplished? You stated, I want to have reached a feeling of contentment in whatever stage I am in. If it is with a family, a career, or anything else, I hope that I am not striving to be like someone else, but enjoying the time I have. What a great outlook. We should all take note and strive for the same. This fall, Cassandra will be attending Wheaton College, majoring in engineering. I'd ask Dean and Carrie Dearing, please stand and be recognized as we celebrate the accomplishments of your amazing daughter, Cassandra Dearing.
Slowly this time. I was going to start by asking anyone who may have caught me falling on video to delete that, but then I remembered it's probably streamed, so I'll just added to the list of things that have, there's another moment of me falling in the library that the school cameras caught, so just add it to the list, but I mean, 2 years ago, Mrs. Gogo and I were looking forward to what we hoped would be our first of many travel adventures with students. And there were quite a few names on the list that I didn't recognize at the time. Since then, however, I've been fortunate to have one of those students in multiple different classes, and they've been all my favorite classes: sociology, psychology, and now a member of our 7th hour AP Psych family. This particular student has always had my back when I pick on her younger brother, and is a great person to talk to about anything and everything. I could not be happier to know that she's going off to study psychology at Marquette. Remy Robinson, would you come forward? She just asked me yesterday if I had my speech done, and I wasn't lying. I didn't have it done, actually. So, to be honest, I was really thrilled that Remy picked me as one of the influential teachers, because I spent most of last year wondering if she actually liked me or not, so this is a relief. Enter this school year, and she's definitely been one of the students I've enjoyed talking to the most, which makes the fact that the Europe trip was postponed and then canceled even more annoying. That could have been really great. Although she missed out on that amazing trip, I hope that she's still able to travel in the future. Her bucket list includes Europe and Hawaii. Along with a shared interest in travel, psychology, Marquette University, and bugging her younger brother, Remy and I also have other things in common. For instance, her senior superlative is most likely to put things off until tomorrow. I wrote her speech during my 6th hour prep period today. Her words of wisdom include stop procrastinating and do retakes. I spent the majority of the last 2 hours revising this same speech. Her sense of humor has also been something that really makes her stand out. We laugh every day. I'll really miss seeing Remy and Malia yell at each other every 7th hour and watching them build the resilience of a certain first-year teacher. Anyway, some of Remy's other favorite parts about her time in Winneconne include time spent with friends, day trips, field trips, and her senior year in general. Junior year may have been messy and fun times were missed, but she has stayed successful. Accomplishments aplenty in band, photo club, key club, volunteering in the community, and maintaining great grades in here in NHS. In addition, something that really impressed me was she earned her 2nd degree black belt. I actually didn't know that was even a thing. Like, I thought black belt was the highest, so I was really, really impressed. But considering you work hard to achieve everything you set out to do, even if it is like finished at the last minute, I'm not at all surprised. I can't wait to hear what you do next. It's been a great 2 years. Could I just ask Remy's parents, Jason and Veronica Robinson, to please stand and be recognized? And thank you for all you do.
I just asked Remy if that was Brock in the picture taking extra candy. I couldn't resist it. That's too good. All right, if you love noodles, want to travel to 50 states, and your first name underwent a new meaning in 2014, you can come on up. Okay, well, I guess I can ask Alexa a question. Would you please send Alexa Lang to the stage? Alexa will forever be one of my favorite teacher assistants, and this took place when she was a 7th grader. She would daily go gather my mail, gather copies, remind me to take attendance, and serve as a sort of personal secretary. I always said I would hire Alexa Lang in a second. Very accountable. Alexa said the secret to her success was putting in the work and being a good person. With those 2 things, success will definitely come. Alexa has lived by these words: work harder than the person next to you, but still be humble. If you know Alexa, that quote defines her. In my time with Alexa, Alexa was always tough on herself, both in academics and athletics. But she would welcome any mishap with a smile, Or if it wasn't a smile, sometimes it'd be a nervous laugh with tears saying, I'm fine, I'm fine. And that toughness is something I've always appreciated about her. If you know Alexa, she has another quote that Alexa said in her questionnaire that she likes. She said, if life gives you lemons, make lemonade. These are words that her mom has often said that she holds near and dear as she has overcome many hurdles in the last few years. 3 surgeries in 1 year that has impacted multiple sports seasons, that has tested her both mentally and physically. Despite the aches, pains, and desire to be there for her teammates, I never saw Alexa put herself before the team. The story that epitomizes Alexa Lang, it's kind of a long-running story, and one that maybe she doesn't want me to bring up, but we had some tough decisions to make for our 2020 team. So, as I believe as a coach, I put in the hands of the athletes, and we had a runoff. Of course, I said you probably that did not go the way Alexa wanted it to go. But again, that was one of those frustrated cry days where she said she was fine. About a month later or so, maybe not even, Alexa sent me an email thanking me. Probably one of the toughest days of my coaching career is when having that runoff, knowing how much I appreciate each of the girls' efforts. Of course, to have one of the girls that I knew was in that running and may have well been deserving sent me an email thanking me for the season and everything that I had done for her really meant a lot. A year later, it was hard not to root for Alexa in the upcoming season, but of course, that health began to rear its ugly head, and her feet were not cooperating. And she knew she had one final run at conference. It's probably my favorite memory of the whole season. In that final run, she was at the 2 mile, and she was ahead of the girl that she needed to beat. She turned around in that race and told that girl, come on, catch up. Come with me, Madam. Let's go, let's finish strong. That girl ended up beating her and earning that spot on the sectional team. But of course, that was handled with her usual class and grace. This is Alexa. That is Alexa. It was my favorite memory from the season, no doubt about it. Despite the success and the state accomplishments, that's a memory that will stick in my brain forever, and a memory of Alexa. Alexa will take her positive, hard-working self to UW La Crosse to major in exercise and sports science with hopes of becoming a physical therapist. I have a feeling the last year and a half may have played a role in this career choice. I would like her parents, Eric and Lynn, to please stand and be recognized as we congratulate Alexa Lang on this special accomplishment.
Good evening again. If you don't remember me from a few speeches ago, I'm Brad Thomas. I still teach engineering and science here at Winter High School. So without further ado, this next individual is quite unique. They are very diverse in their knowledge and their athletics. Would Abby Zeller please come forward? Abby, congratulations on your inductance into this year's Winter County Chapter of NHS. I'm truly honored that I was one of your 5 choices on the survey. If any of you ever read any of the choices and reasons why, it's quite heartwarming. And I am going to use some of your quotes. So, Mr. Phillips, you may need to hit the bleep button. So just be ready. They are asked various questions, and one is to choose 5 inductees. Here is part of Abby's reason why she chose me. Are you ready, Abby, for this to be sent to the world? You don't remember? Oh, here we go. Mr. Thomas made me realize I can be really good at something and don't have to take, excuse my language, crap from anyone. This segues into another one of the questions she was asked on the survey. List the most useful piece of information you learned in school. Just because someone has been doing something longer doesn't mean they're automatically smarter than you. The once shy and very reserved person that I met 3-4 years ago is now a very confident and determined young lady. Great traits that will take you very far in life. Abby Zeller will be taking her talents to UW-Madison in the fall to get a degree in computer science. Software engineer will be a data scientist. Advice for the Winneconne students in the future, and this is a shout out to Mr. Van Camp if he's still here. Calculus, it's actually worth it. Abby has this quote, "I don't know where I'm going to be in 5 years. I don't want to know. I want my life to be an adventure." This was by Robin Scherbatsky. And I will accomplish this, what I'm going to accomplish. No amount of goals can change the trajectory of my future as much as we want to believe it can. I believe this young lady here will adjust to anything that gets thrown in front of her. She will be fantastic at whatever adventure she goes on next. Could we please recognize Abby's parents, Dr. Corey Zeller and Kimberly Zeller, along with Abby on her accomplishments tonight. You're not done yet. In closing, Abby, approach your goals exactly how you answered some of the questions on your survey. Make every moment an adventure. Don't take, pardon my language, crap from anyone. Just live in the moment. Thank you for allowing me to present this award to a very deserving student. I can't wait to hear from you in the near future to talk about all the amazing things, programs you've run, pseudocode, which I know you love doing, because Josiah says it is worth it, correct, Josiah? Pseudocode? Yeah. Best of luck with you, and I know you're going to be fantastic.
Good evening, I'm Jenny Case, elementary physical education and varsity softball coach. Our next inductee is an animal lover, enjoys the pink drink from Starbucks, expects all homes she visits to have orange juice on hand, and one in particular, Mr. Hughes, even goes out to the store and gets it for her, and has a huge heart for the sport of softball. Abby Jennerman, please join me. Our relationship has been built through our time together on the softball diamond, from 12U to senior year. When I started coaching Abby, she was a perfectionist who never wanted to make a mistake. Entering her freshman season, the varsity team had openings at a few positions she didn't have a ton of experience playing prior to high school. Abby was up for the challenge to develop her game, learning the position of third base, earning 4 letters in softball, second team all-conference a couple of years, and most recently, being selected for the Wisconsin Fast Pitch Softball Coaches Association's Senior All-Star Game. Abby has learned mistakes can and will happen, but how you react, respond, and move on from them in a positive manner will make you a better person and player. She has overcome her perfectionism on the diamond, and I see it may have carried over to her schoolwork as I reviewed her NHS questionnaire for this speech and noticed at least 5 questions were not answered. Busted. But you know your famous saying, Abby, it's okay, which is also her secret to success, to help remind her to stop overthinking and move on. Like many other senior NHS members, Abby has busy and involved. Some of those activities include volleyball, softball, powerlifting, NHS, independent art, book club, Key Club, and student council. In addition, she has completed community service by assisting with elementary summer school classes and numerous youth softball camps. In the fall, Abby will attend the University of Missouri, majoring in nursing with plans to become a pediatric oncology nurse practitioner. Back when she was in grade school, Abby wanted to be a doctor. And if she could relive one moment out of everything her past 17, 18 years, it was nap time in kindergarten. Her life accomplishment she is most proud of at this time is how many people she has impacted through working at a nursing home through the pandemic. She was there for residents who couldn't have visitors by just saying good morning, having conversations, or even being with them for their final breaths. It was very emotional, but the fact that she was able to help them made it all worth it. She intends to leave her mark on the world by wanting to help as many people as she can who are not able to help themselves. Abby sure loves connecting with people, even those opposing third base coaches. Abby shared she will miss softball the most, and her advice to Winnicott students would be, don't peak in high school. Keep wanting to grow and never settle or lower your expectations on what you can become. Her most useful piece of information learned in school is that it's okay to mess up or fail, because one moment doesn't depict your life. I will end with a quote that I feel represents you by Dana Lynn Bailey. If you have discipline, drive, and determination, nothing is impossible. Abby, I wish you the best of luck in everything you do going forward. I hope you continue your passions while working towards your goals. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in recognizing and congratulating Abby and her parents, Jason and Jody Jennerman. Please stand and be recognized.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Williams, and I've been teaching first grade since 2001. Same classroom, same grade level. Sometimes, when you're lucky enough to have taught in the same district for many years, you have the opportunity, to teach all the children in the same family. It's always interesting to discover the different personalities between the first child, the second, and the third. But it's not often that you get a warning about the baby from his own mother. You see, in this case, the bar had already been set quite high by the other two quieter, more mature, and academically studious siblings. So when his mom said, "Get ready for this one," he delivers one-liners and may even say, "Hey, ya tuts," to you, like to get your attention like he did his kindergarten teachers. I didn't know what to think other than, oh boy. But he never let me down. Besides being engaging, quick-witted, and extremely funny, I saw his academic potential, and I told him about NHS. I pushed him to succeed, made a few side bets using bottles of Mountain Dew, but I got him to achieve more than he thought he could. So I stand here tonight honored to speak on behalf of a student whose depth of character goes beyond measure, whose determination is one of his greatest strengths, and who has overcome debilitating injuries to become a national champion powerlifter. You've inspired me, Superboy. So I think I might need a little spotter. Jake Martel, would you come up and join me, please? During these last 4 years, Jake has earned recognition as salutatorian, was student council MVP twice, won the Teacher's Pet Award, no surprise, participated in the Academic Bowl, golf, and powerlifting, where he personally excelled. Not only was he chosen as team captain for 3 years, he placed third, second, and first at state, helped his team to obtain 2 national championship titles, and was chosen to represent the U.S. high school powerlifting team. Although, Jake, I'm not sure how anyone can accommodate waiting over 45 minutes for a urine sample. Really, dude, I only take 45 seconds, so I don't know what's going on there. Besides numerous community service activities, Jake spends his time hunting, fishing, and snowmobiling. In fact, if he could relive one moment from his past, it would be the fall of 2020, because the cohort schedule allowed him to go duck hunting or walleye fishing every other morning with some of his best friends. Jake says the most useful piece of information he learned in school is that desperation is the best motivation. Therefore, find a way to make yourself feel desperate. Interesting. Jake will miss the social aspect of Winnicott the most and raiding his mother's closet for dress-up days. Jake's funniest high school memory, switching the hallway signs during the time of the one-way hallways, thus confusing the heck out of the new freshmen. Hardest thing about graduating, leaving behind the awesome relationships he has built with his peers and his teachers. Besides myself, Jake recognized 3 other teachers who have had a significant impact on him, both personally and as an athlete. Mr. Van Camp, Mr. Thomas, and Mr. Belo. Mr. Van Camp hopes you won't forget how to calculate the area of a trapezoid. Mr. Thomas appreciated all the Zoom meetings you attended while duck hunting or walleye fishing. And Mr. Bealo won't forget the lunch break spent mostly talking about food and the places to eat at rather than working out. Jake will be attending the UWO next fall for a year, while he will continue to soar to new heights by obtaining his private pilot license. Then it's off to the University of North Dakota to obtain his commercial pilot license. Jake recognized his dad as the most influential person in his life. His dad has never failed to motivate him. His wisdom and guidance have built Jake's confidence and serve as an inspiration for his continued success. Would Jake's parents, Chuck and Kristen Martel, please stand and be recognized along with your wonderful son. Congratulations. You're welcome.
Hi, my name is Boone Rycraft. I'm a third grade teacher at the elementary school and a co-head wrestling coach. I'm here to introduce an individual that I met 4 years ago through wrestling and roofing with his dad in the summer. This individual is one of the hardest working and most dedicated people I have ever met in my life. Caleb, Minnie, Lilly, please come up and join me. So as a student athlete, this young man has accomplished a lot. Caleb was a 4-time MVP award winner in wrestling, a 2-time wrestling team captain, a football letter winner, and on high academic honor roll all 4 years of high school. On top of all this, he was a 4-time state finalist and a 3-time state champion in wrestling. To win 1 state title is awesome, but to win 3 is honestly a dream come true for him and his family. Caleb chose the quote from Henry Ford for his life philosophy, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. This quote fits him perfectly through everything I've seen him do in athletics and academics. His quote from his questionnaire was, how are you going to earn your 15 minutes of fame? And he said that he's going to win an NCAA national championship, and I have no doubt with his mindset that that dream will become a reality as well. Caleb will be attending Minnesota State University Mankato and will be pursuing a degree in construction management. His goal is to one day own his own business. Caleb was also involved with the community, helping with a volleyball tournament fundraiser to help benefit the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, buying tote bags and items to help those less fortunate, and donated blood during the school blood drive. Caleb was also very active in our youth wrestling club as a volunteer coach. After Caleb was asked on the questionnaire, how would he leave his mark on the world, and his response was, I want to spend time helping the younger kids. This way I'll be able to help future generations and be a great role model for them. I've seen that firsthand when he won his first state title after his sophomore year. A second grader down the hall from my classroom wrote down that his hero was Caleb. And Caleb had a day off of school and he came into the school to meet that individual and went to his classroom to just meet him and say hi. So I thought that was pretty incredible for him to do that. And I know he's going to continue to make that impact on people's lives for the rest of his life. Lastly, on Caleb's questionnaire, he wrote down that the most influential person in his life was his dad, because he teaches him life lessons and is always there to support him. So Mike, for all those times you told me he wasn't listening, he was. Mike and Susan are one of the most dedicated parents I know. They make sure their kids have all the tools to be successful and support them in everything they do. So would you please help me congratulate Caleb, and would Mike and Susan Minier please stand to be recognized?
I've had the privilege to observe this next individual for a number of years now, and it's been a joy having her as a student over the past 5 years. Whether acting, singing, playing in the pit orchestra, co-directing a production, this student's level of commitment to excellence has always been exemplary. It is an honor to introduce not only a talented musician, but a young woman of integrity and respect, Miss Amy Ron. Amy's been active in National Honor Society, band, choir, drama, musical theater, And she currently serves as the band president and co-president of the choir council, both of which she has actively served for the past 2 years. She has earned numerous awards, including the 2019 All-Around Artist Award in Theater, the 2020 Gold Star Sophomore Award, and 2021 Leadership Award in Choir, and has won an Exemplary Soloist Award at State Solo and Ensemble. The accomplishment Amy is most proud of is being selected to participate in the Wisconsin State Music Association State Honors Project all 4 years of high school. As a member of the high school state honors band, Amy earned the principal trumpet chair in the middle level state honors band her freshman year and the assistant principal trumpet chair her senior year. She has also participated in the National Band Association State Honors Band all 4 years of high school and was selected as the principal trumpet player this year. Amy has earned her varsity letter in music, drama, and academics. Though her involvement in National Honor Society this year, or through her involvement in National Honor Society this year, Amy participated in the December event to raise awareness for human trafficking, put together a couple of totes for Fox City's Victims Crisis Response with some friends, and volunteered in her church's children's ministry as her individual service project. She says that planning and setting aside time for these types of events can really be stressful, but it is worth it in the end to see the impact that it has on others. Amy, I have no doubt that you will continue to have a positive impact on others through your words, your actions, and your deeds. Hold steadfast to the message that are in the words that sum up your life philosophy found in Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make straight your paths. It's my privilege to share with you that this fall, Amy will be attending the University of Wisconsin at Oshkosh and majoring in music education. And I believe that duty calls for Dad tonight as a minister, being on a Wednesday night here, that he's not with us. But we do recognize Jason and Stephanie Ron. Stephanie, would you please stand and be recognized as we celebrate the accomplishments of this amazing young lady, your daughter, Amy Ron.
Still Mr. Western. If I could have Kristen Patterson, please come on up. As Kristen makes her way up to the stage, Kristen is one of our class of 2022 class valedictorians, but she's also a proud winner and finalist of the 7th grade 6 square project that I still talk about from time to time, that she had the creative doors on the front of it. So I think the valedictorian honor may just edge out that 7th grade accomplishment, so congratulations on both of those accomplishments. Kristen's most influential person in her life, she states, is her mother, because she is always there for her and incredibly kind to everyone that she always meets. I think this trait has most definitely been passed down to you. Kristen's resume is one of those resumes that, well, make me feel a little bit worse about my resume and about myself. Her resume is littered with hours and hours of volunteering through local communities and organizations, donating her time to student council, organizing class function, or just helping people out wherever she is at. I have seen that time and time again. This makes sense when you gain Kristen's perspective on life, best summed up by YOLO, as she says. She says, take every chance and experience anything you can with the one life you have to live. I think that is unbelievably deep and sound advice coming from a graduating senior. She embodies this live life to the fullest mantra in her actions, a well-rounded high school career that is marked with varsity letters and powerlifting, key member to our track team with great leadership in our throwers group, and her academics. She's the MVP of Student Council, involved in NHS, Spanish Honor Society, and she'd be anybody's valuable draft pick to an academic quiz bowl team. In her NHS write-up, she said that I had inspired her to start going above and beyond in her academics. I had to laugh at that one, though I am honored. Thank you. I'm pretty sure you came to be smarter than me when you came to 7th grade. Kristen was one of those students that sat there in the chair and looked and you could tell deep thinking was happening. I'm like, I probably need to do more. I often said that Kristen was one of my most mature, talented, gifted, and organized students that I've ever known. And this was by the time she was a 7th grader. Kristen's 15 minutes of fame will be earned by successfully discovering a new form of medication to help those suffering from major illnesses. Of course, in order to achieve this, Kristen will attend UW-Madison majoring in biochemistry to work in scientific research and developing medication. Kristen wants to leave her mark by leaving the world a better place than when she entered it. I believe you have already done that. I would like to recognize her parents, Tim and Jenny Patterson, if you would please stand as we congratulate and honor Kristen Patterson here tonight. Thank you.
If you have fond memories of skinning a raccoon on the final day of school before COVID lockdown in 2020, please come to the stage. It is my pleasure to introduce Ellie Collins, All-American Babysitter, Certified Trapper according to the Wisconsin DNR, Skilled Tilapia Filleting Specialist, for her senior recognition. Maria just wrestled a cow recently, last week. When's the last time you skinned a raccoon? When COVID hit. Okay. COVID hits, she quit skinning raccoons. One of the great perks of being a high school teacher is that every day in classes I get open audition for a slew of candidates that might be able to watch your own children happen to be able to swing a date night once in a while. Freshman year, Ellie surely proved that she was up to the task. I know for a fact that my younger daughter gave her a real screaming and crying challenge at bedtime, at least once, but Ellie's a pro. She handled that situation like so many situations that she's in, with class and a smile. Ellie is a real natural with kids. It's no surprise where she gets that from. Would Ellie's parents, Mark and Diane Collins, please stand up to be recognized? Jump back to wildlife class. Ellie was once described by one of my guest speakers in class as being a little bit feisty. But Ellie lacks in stature. Do you want the step thing? Sorry. She makes up for in great determination. She has a tremendous work ethic and incredible record of accomplishment in her time in Winnebago County schools. In the beginning of her Winnebago County time, Ellie probably didn't get much of a choice. I can speak from firsthand knowledge. When you are the daughter of a good 2nd grade teacher, you spend a lot of time at school. Truth? Elementary Ellie was probably helping decorate her mom's amazing classroom, busy sorting papers and organizing those elementary things. And that school involvement has followed Ellie to this day. In high school, Ellie has been involved in NHS, of course, but also pro, student council, photography club, yearbook, volleyball, basketball, and track. School involvement is important to Ellie, and that will surely continue as she enters her own classroom. Ellie plans to attend UW Eau Claire to major in elementary education, so one day she can follow in her mom's footsteps as a superstar elementary teacher. What a great fit. I've seen you work with my kids, I've seen your work ethic in school, and I have confidence that teaching is a great fit for you. Ellie has a positive energy and an attitude that are both contagious. She strives to be positive, smile, and make a positive difference in the lives of those around her. Ellie, I'm confident that you will carry those traits as you move forward, and those are some lucky future elementary students you get to work with. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce Ellie Collins for her senior NHS recognition.
Our next student has a great way of both being very upbeat and goofy, and at the same time incredibly focused on learning and high achievement. Her classwork and notes are always impeccably neat and color-coded. Her classmates use her as a resource when they need help. In study hall, I'm told she laughs a lot and loudly, and yet in class she's respectful and always focused on learning. Katya Hoffman, come on up. Kat has competed on our volleyball, basketball, and track teams. This year, she earned First Team All-Conference, MVP, and Co-Captain awards. She's a member of Student Council, Key Club, Peers Reaching Out, and Book Club. Katyana has been on the high honor roll throughout her entire career. In the fall, Kat will attend the University of Wisconsin-Madison to major in chemical engineering. She takes with her memories of her friendships, jumping her truck in the parking lot, and Uncrustables with fries for lunch. Her advice to the underclassmen is that there are a lot of great people around, so make friends everywhere you can. She thanks her parents for being the influential people in her life. Her mom, Hong, has taught her to be thankful for what she has, to never give up and take things for granted, to always ask for help, and to never be ashamed to say you're struggling. Her dad, Matt, has always encouraged her to be a leader, to try something even if it's scary. Kat is thankful for both of them, for always encouraging her to do her best and challenge herself. Kat's favorite quote comes from her father, Matt. It's the 7 B's, which is books before boys because, I'm not finishing it, you can ask Matt, I won't. Instead, I'd like to give you my 7 K's for Kat. Kat can conquer because she can concentrate and overcome. Close enough. Right? She's focused, she wants to win, and she doesn't give up. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in recognizing Katya Hoffman and her parents, Matt and Huang.
Hello, I'm Jack Strady. I teach biology and human anatomy. I was truly honored when I was chosen to speak on this senior's behalf. It's not every day that you get to be a positive influence on a student, and then 30 years later, do it again for that student's child. This student is very kind, caring, hardworking, dedicated individual that is an absolute pleasure to be around. But enough about her mother. No, but seriously, those same characteristics can be said about her amazing daughter. Jordan Verkylen, please come forward and be recognized. While at Winneconne High School, Jordan has been involved in many activities and community service projects, like Pro, Student Council, Spanish Honor Society, National Honor Society, basketball, soccer, ringing bells for the Salvation Army, being a Christmas parade helper, a blood donor, and a helper at various camps, just to name a few. Her accomplishments don't stop there, as Jordan has excelled in the classroom also, earning various academic awards, as well as earning her CNA certification, of which she considers her proudest accomplishment in life so far. Jordan's goal in life includes making a difference and leaving a positive impact on the world, which I have no doubt she will do by attending the University of Minnesota Mankato to pursue a degree in nursing. And as I know, once Jordan sets her mind to doing something, nothing will hold her back from achieving it. Jordan's parents are the most influential people in her life, next to me, right? Okay, just want to make sure. All right. They have taught her the importance of kindness and respect, and have supported her in everything she has set out to do. She would not be where she is, nor the person she is today, without them and me. Okay. It gives me great joy and pride to ask Mark and Leslie Verkylen to stand and be recognized with your one-of-a-kind, amazing daughter, Jordan. Congratulations, Jordan. And don't forget, if you ever need anything or just someone to talk to, Strag, Strag Dog, Strageth, or whatever you have decided to call me for the day, I'll be here for you.
We teachers have these days when our email inbox is overflowing, the grading pile becomes a mountain, and we have like 70 million things to do on our list. And on these moments, we rely on students like this next senior. Her laugh, her smile, her always positive attitude will instantly make you feel better. Aubrey Halter, come on. Aubrey has an uncanny ability to always be upbeat. Just talking with her will brighten your day and get you on the way to feeling great. This quality will make her an excellent nurse. Aubrey is a member of National Honor Society, Key Club, Peers Reaching Out, Book Club, and Student Council. She played softball and volleyball. All 4 years here at WHS, she's earned high academic honors. Aubrey knows how to set goals for herself and work hard to achieve them. Her secret to success is to stay motivated and maintain a good GPA. Aubrey's always hardworking and consistent. To be honest, based on what happened in statistics class this year, I would have thought you'd go into a data analysis career. You see, she has this natural gift for all things probability, especially when it comes to cards. You see, when we deal out cards to pick tables and new teams, and for some reason, she had this astonishing ability to pick and sit next to Wyatt every single chapter. We would have to conclude that she has a gift for probability. That's what happened, right? Okay, yeah, we'll go with that. All right. In the fall, Aubrey will travel to UW-Eau Claire for nursing. With her, she will take memories of study hall conversations, helping at the blood drive and youth softball camp, and tackling cat to the floor in 8th grade. The most important knowledge she will take with her are the lessons of confidence and hard work she's received from her parents. Aubrey sets high expectations because of her mother and father's guidance, and she knows how to work hard and do her best to succeed. She's grateful to have them by her side no matter what, and thankful for everything they've done. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in recognizing Aubrey Halter and her parents, Adam and Jamie.
I promise this is it. That guy again? Gosh, can't get the good ones. All right, let's see if this can pull off. I'm pulling this off here at last thought here. Let's see if we got it.
Hi, Bella.
Bella Hardy, come on up. Bella babysat for Ayla when she was really young, and I'm not sure what took place, but after that, it was always, hi, Bella, in just a second. And so she got my phone, she figured out that voice recorder, and one day I went on my phone, and there were 75 messages, 75 different memos, and they all just said exactly that. Hi, Bella. Even in this background, she'd be here, you could hear my voice, like, Ayla, let's go. 1 second. Hi, Bella. So there's some creepy ones on there, so I had to go out just real quick to see which one I could play. So, Bella, you know, tough, determined, passionate, dependable, and not short on words. To go to her questionnaire, it probably sums her up the best, and I'll say some more things, but I loved this questionnaire part. She had a paragraph, a little bit longer, but it's exact Bella. It gets deep, and then you'll love the ending. Do everything you can, because at the moment, you might not realize the impact you will have on the future and the regrets that you will have. I think of this because I wanted to go through high school without any regrets, and I think I did that. I enjoyed all my sports, win to all events, comma, I was able to, ... and I. That's Bella. deep, intense, and then she got distracted. Didn't even finish that paragraph. I mean, it was good. It really started off with some real good meat and then fell off. Your infectious laugh and bright smile are hallmarks of you, Bella. Next year I'm not sure what we're going to do during dynamic warm-ups. Not because you ever led the stretches, because you never stopped talking, ever. Bella never struggled to bring teammates into these conversations, which made her a beloved teammate. Again, part of what she is. She puts others before herself. Again, always putting team there as well. Earlier I mentioned that there are 3 girls to compete at state in Winneconne history in one sport. Bella is one of those 3, joining Macy and Allison. In combination with being a 4-time state qualifier, she's 2-time all-conference and cross-country, 4-time academic all-state. She's a soccer captain, first team all-conference soccer player, as well as a member of the conference championship for soccer. Also, Offensive Player of the Year. To top it all off, Bella was a member of our 2020 state cross-country championship. When asked if she could relive one moment from the past 17 to 18 years, she said it would be to relive the year without COVID. So pretty much she said, I'd like to live 2020 all over again, but especially the moment where our cross-country team won state. For the reasons of the celebration and the pictures and all the stuff that goes with it, we're kind of denied to this group. Her quote that I came across in hers is, actually I really, really like it, and it may actually end up on the back of our cross-country t-shirt next year. It says, today's pain is tomorrow's power. The more you suffer today, the stronger you are tomorrow. And I think that's just a great quote, especially given the path and having coached Bella long enough and knowing that she's had to suffer some of those pains and work through some of those herself to fight to earn her position on that team. Bella will take her talents to the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire to major in nursing or rehab science, to be a nurse practitioner or possibly a physical therapist, or both. I would like her parents, Jason and Heather Hardy, to please stand. I think I saw them out there, yeah. Please stand as we congratulate Bella on this wonderful accomplishment. Congratulations, Bella.
I'm back. All right, this next individual I've shared tears with, both in the classroom and on the golf course. Jordan Bezinger, please come forward. Jordan, thank you for making me one of your top 5 choices in your questionnaire/survey. You've grown into a wonderful young woman. That I've had the pleasure to teach and coach these last 2 years. I've got extra. You're gonna pull it together, so I will. All right. This young lady puts her heart and soul into anything and everything she does. She took my class. Just to take my class. There might be a few tears or many tears, but this person will always persevere because she cares. Now, Mom, this one involves you. Do you remember what you wrote about your mom? Well, she might have to be your roommate in college for what you wrote. Jordan was asked what her favorite lunches at school. She says, well, the lunch my mom has packed me since kindergarten. So mom either has to go to college with her or teach her how to pack a lunch. And as you can see, we have a lot of students this year going to University of Wisconsin. Staff members that are here tonight, I think we could go down and visit some weekend while they're down for a football game, and we could kind of have a reunion with all of these fine individuals. State Street maybe, I'm not sure. Definitely not Mifflin, I'm too old for Mifflin. Okay? She plans on going there to specialize in oncology and be a pharmacist. When asked to mention her favorite memory, certainly happened on the golf course, because she got to meet new people, because Jordan joined our golf program when we didn't have a conference. And then we finally got a conference her senior year, so she got to meet new people. The one thing she didn't mention that was great about golf was her coaches. Only the teammates she got to meet in other schools. I'll remember that. No matter how many bunkers or water hazards she went into, golf has many highs and lows to navigate, just like life. Her philosophy is, only give your energy to things that matter. Truer words have never been said. Most influential person in her life so far, her parents. They've been taking her to multiple practices, softball, swim meets. I'm sure some of those swim meets indoors, sitting on those bleachers, were not too comfortable. To watch Jordan swim for maybe 2 minutes and sit there for hours. Is that correct, Jordan? Yeah. And most importantly, they have taught her to be proud of herself and things that she has already achieved. We'd like to recognize Jordan's parents, Gina and Gary Bezinger. Please stand to be recognized. In closing, Jordan, approach your goals with the same desire you approach every bunker shot, tee shot, or the bus ride home. Thank you for allowing me to give you this award. Best of luck, and we'll either see each other on the golf course or at State Street. Congratulations.
Good evening. I'm Tyler Lee, a physical education and health teacher in the middle school and high school, and I'm the other half of the high school wrestling coaching head coach. I've had the pleasure to teach and coach this next inductee in every one of my 5 years so far here in Winneconne. On his questionnaire, this inductee reminisced about the grade school answer to the age-old question, what do you want to do when you grow up? His elementary self would have answered, an NFL football player. And as he walks up here, he'll probably agree by his stature that going to UW La Crosse for business is probably a better decision for him. Mason Sternard, come on up. If you know Mason, however, you probably wouldn't be surprised that when asked about what he enjoys outside of school, he would bring up food. He really enjoys trying new restaurants with his buddies. Being an alum from the great school of UW La Crosse, Mr. Bilo and I would like to take this time to recommend Whitney on campus, don't have to go anywhere else. Outside of campus, Fazy's for breakfast, the Sports Nut for wings, and if you ever get a date, Freight House. Remember that. In many of his answers, Mason didn't leave me with a lot of detail, but I pulled out a few things he repeated. Themes, if you will, hard work and never giving up. In wrestling, his first 2 years, he wrestled most of the season before he lost that spot at the end of the year. However, his mantra of perseverance and work paid off as he made the most of his opportunities in his final 2 seasons, qualifying twice for the individual state tournament. Mason was a 4-year letter winner in wrestling, and he made it to every practice of his 4-year high school wrestling career. Mason, with your passion and drive, I have no doubt that you will find success in business or whatever else you decide to pursue. Lastly, Mason is definitely family-oriented. At his 10-year reunion, he hopes to be proud of his college degree, his job, and potentially even a family of his own. It's exciting, yeah. Rewind a few years previous to now, Mason was one of our family's first babysitters. And now that I know he wants a family of his own, I'm really glad that my wife sat him down, had that awkward conversation with him, and told him that he was putting the diapers on backwards. He knows how to do it now. Yeah. When asked about who his most influential person in his life was, he listed his dad. And coincidentally, I'm inspired by your dad too. The guy can cook. He's like a grill master. Okay. Mason's contagious positive energy and good spirit is definitely a testament to his great parents and grandparents he has in his corner. Can I have Jamie and Steve please stand up? Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in recognizing, like you just did, Mason Sternard and his proud parents, Jamie and Steve.
Hey, it's me again. I'm sorry, buddy. You're stuck with me. One more speech. Mr. Wyatt Thorpe. So I have Wyatt in class right now, and I've been giving him a hard time over the last couple of days here, knowing that he didn't really want me up here giving the speech. He would much rather have his favorite, the smart and kind, she's not here to hear all this, and caring Mrs. Below. But he stuck with me. Don't worry, Wyatt, I'm pretty sure I wasn't her first choice either. Wyatt did have me on his list of presenters, though. He had my aforementioned wife, and he also had Coach Matt Riley. When asked why he would want me to speak, he wrote, he taught me about hard work. Under Coach Riley, he, and I quote, said, has taught me more about hard work than anybody else. So just second fiddle even on the thing that I tried to help him with. I'm only giving Wyatt a hard time because he's just such a good person, and I'm sure he actually almost feels bad for me right now. But in all honesty, I've learned more about hard work from this young man than he could have ever learned from me. He never took a day off of practice, never a possession in a game. He gave myself, his coaches, his teammates, and his teachers everything he had every day. Some of Wyatt's accomplishments include being captain of our basketball team and the football team, as well as being named all-conference in both baseball and football. He has done a ton of community service in the community with focus on helping all our youth athletes in all three sports that he's competed in. In our basketball program, our team motto is control what you can control, your attitude and your effort. He has bought into this. In his survey, when asked, what is your most useful information you have learned, he states that working hard is the most important thing for success. When asked, what advice would you give future students or athletes here, he wrote, to succeed, just put in the effort. It's easy to see how important giving it all is for this young man. What are some of his dreams? He would like to get his 15 minutes of fame making it on Wheel of Fortune. It's exciting, it's a fun one. His bucket list consists of two things I would also like to do. Go to a Super Bowl that the Packers are in, or an NBA Finals with the Bucks. When discussing what he will miss about school here, he talks about the friends and families that he's gotten to know over the years through sports. I know I will very much miss Wyatt Thorpe. It is an honor to hear, as educators and coaches, these young people talk about us as inspiration, role models. But every now and then we meet someone like Wyatt. Wyatt is one of those students that inspires me to be a better coach, teacher, and person. We are lucky to have kids like Wyatt Thorpe in our lives. Wyatt plans on attending the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire to pursue a degree in nursing. Jim and Jody, please stand up to be recognized with your wonderful job you have done with this young man right here. Congratulations, Wyatt.
This next student and Albert Einstein have a lot in common. Both believe that having fun is the best way to learn. For the past 3 years, I've enjoyed watching this student in class. She's kind of my barometer for how my dad jokes work. I think I need to get together with Mr. Thomas. Lilly Schrader, would you please come down? Lilly Schrader not only has an expressive sparkle in her eyes, but also a witty and appropriate sass that lightens up the room without derailing the lesson. And that's quite an accomplishment. Many have tried, but few succeed. You do it beautifully. Lilly's secret to success, which includes NHS, High Honor Roll, Academic Award plaque recipient, drum major, and lettering and band. Her secret to success is to make time for having fun. Whether she's helping with Feed America, helping local firefighters, or less fortunate youth, Lilly leads with positive energy and a determination to do the work really well. Lilly gives her best and moves forward. She doesn't like wasting time being stressed out and losing focus on finding the fun and positive things in life. Her phrase that describes her best, her educational experience is, you win some, you lose some. She has the ability to balance work and fun. This is a gift she's shared with our band, helping us to be at our best and also being able to laugh and share the moments to find the joy. This past Christmas break, Lilly and some friends took a day trip to go skiing in the UP. It was one of her favorite experiences, and it highlights the importance of friends and adventure in her life. One item on her bucket list is to see a real-life volcano erupt. And I have no doubt that Lilly is going to check this one off her bucket list, and she will undoubtedly take a few of her friends with you. Another best memory for Lilly was getting to have prom outside during the summer. Lilly absolutely shines as she engages with her friends, experiencing new adventures and creating new memories. I'm so thankful that she kept band in her schedule for the past 4 years, helping our band family to create meaningful and fun moments and memories. Wherever you decide to adventure outside of the University of Nebraska, I have no doubt that you'll create strong friendships and celebrate new experiences along the way. I admire your courage and positive, no-stress outlook. I know you'll find the balance between working hard to achieve your dreams and living dreams along the way. Scott and Sonia Schrader, would you please stand? Together with their parents, will you help me to congratulate Lilly on all of her successes? Lilly, you are much loved.
All right, this is the last time for me. We're getting down to the end here. You gotta know it's you, right? Where are you? Get up here. Colin Ryan. AKA College Ryan. I've had to ask him about 10 times what that means, so hopefully I say it right up here. Actually, right here. What's wrong with you? Not be happy with you. Alright. I've gotten to know Colin over the last few years as both a player in our basketball program and someone who just dominates every game we play in my Phi Ed classes. Outside of basketball, Colin was involved in many different things. Student council, he was the class treasurer, lettered in basketball, soccer, and baseball. He also did a ton of community service, working inside of our basketball program, youth camps, tournaments, and also our Saturday morning biddy ball. He excelled here in Winneconne in terms of academics, but he also talks a lot about things he learned outside of that. He credits Mr. Thomas with learning the importance of being there for others, as well as investing yourself fully into any endeavor. He credits Mr. Van Camp for teaching him to always stay positive and bring energy to everything he does. He also talks about his involvement in team sports and how they taught him to learn from his mistakes and patience. When asked in his survey about what his biggest life achievement is thus far, he talks about attending college courses while still in high school. I'm assuming this is where the nickname College Ryan has come from. Our basketball team, I've never been around more kids that have more nicknames for each other than this year. So teammates called him College Ryan. Every time he'd make a mistake in practice or I'd get mad at him, I called him 4K Ryan for some of the bonehead things he would do. I found it strange for what he put for his secret to success, which was simply one word. What was it? You don't even remember, do you? Speed. I find this interesting because for any of us that have watched him play, the move he's best known for is the slowest jump stop I've ever seen in the history of basketball. But somehow it always worked. The other coach would be over there yelling it, and he would do it, and he would score. It worked. If he could relive one moment in the last 17 to 18 years, and you're going to tell me this story tomorrow, I would go back to November 4th, 2009, skip school, and go hunting in what he calls the maple stand. I have no idea what that means, but I want to know. I want to know tomorrow. When asked what he hopes to have accomplished by his 10-year reunion, he states that he hopes to already be retired because of the money he has already made in business. 10 years of work. I love Colin's favorite quote. In life, we must not view obstacles and challenges as negative hardships, but as opportunities for greatness. Pressure makes diamonds. Did I say it wrong?
You said it.
General Patton, I believe? I know stuff. I went to a very good university, right, Mr. Lee? Yeah. Now you ruined the whole thing. Colin is resilient and driven, which is why I just talked about that quote. Colin plans on heading to the University of Madison to study actuarial and data science, which he's explained to me 5 times, and I still don't get it. Can Scott and Carrie Ryan please stand and be recognized with your amazing son, Colin? Congratulations.
All right, you know who you're left with. Come on up, Marlena. Marlena started in our golf program as a freshman, and she was one of our varsity players. So she has been there all 4 years of the girls' Winneconne golf team, and she's been a varsity player that whole time. When she came in as a freshman, she was quiet and meek, and she led by her actions. She didn't really say a lot. And that's the same thing with the survey. She didn't really say a lot in it. She left a lot of things blank or one-word answers. Some of those sentence answers were, what advice would you give future Winneconne students? It goes by fast. What will you miss about school? Friends. What do you intend to leave your mark on the world? By helping people. I really like that one. She also was asked if she could relive a moment of the last 17 to 18 years. She said, none. Here's the reason why. There's no need to relive memories when you can make more. Now, I know there is one memory she would really like to erase. It was the great bunker tragedy of 2021. Am I correct? Okay. If you don't understand what the great bunker tragedy was, you'll have to ask her after this, because it's very traumatic for her to discuss. As you can see, she's going to be attending UW-Eau Claire, undecided. Just like most of the questions that she answered, they weren't decided upon. Most influential person in her life so far was her dad. He has taught her so much growing up and continues to do so every day. We would like to recognize Marlena's parents, Tim and Jamie Goddering, in congratulating them and her in her accomplishments tonight. In closing, Marlena, continue to be caring and genuine. Lead by actions if you don't want to lead by your words. Adversity and challenges in life are like golf. There are hazards and bunkers, just like I told Jordan. Never give up. It might take 1, 2, 3, 12 swings to accomplish a goal, like getting out of a bunker, scoring an 18 on a hole. But the thing is, she never gave up, and she finished the year as our #1 golfer. That is the kind of person you want in a corporation or a business or just as a friend. Best of luck with your future endeavors. If you ever need anything, I'm still your lucky charm.
And then there was one. Good evening, my name's Don Molitor. I'm a high school art teacher. Would the amazing and artistic Emily Glady please join me on stage? Hey, you had to wait till the end. They can wait a few moments. I've known Emily for 4 years. I've had the pleasure of working with her almost every single semester of her entire high school career. It has been a pleasure to watch her grow as an artist and to watch her grow as a person. Emily has a unique style as an artist. It's her bright colors and simple shapes she sometimes uses that draws me to her art. This past year, her talents were awarded with a Best of Show at the Christine Ann Center Domestic Abuse Awareness Art Contest for her mandala titled Love Grows. In addition to her dedication to art and NHS, Emily is a student council, pro, art club, Spanish Honor Society, and a Safe Driving Committee member. She has volunteered her time at the Oshkosh Humane Society and the St. Vincent de Paul Society. In her free time, she enjoys, of course, art, also hiking, reading, and volunteering. Emily has earned a full-ride scholarship to her top choice of college, Northern Michigan University, where she plans to earn a bachelor's degree in psychology with a Spanish minor and eventually earn her MD in psychiatry. She will graduate from WHS as one of the class valedictorians. The secret to her success was lots of coffee and Monster energy drinks. Some advice she would like to give to future WH students is to go all the way to Spanish 5 and make sure you cap it for college credits. And take art. Emily said she will miss art and ceramics classes every day when asked what she'll miss most about school. I will greatly miss having you around as well. I know you'll leave your mark on the world by helping others heal their mental health in your future career. One of the most influential people in your life, you said, was Lindsay, your sister, because she's helped you grow as a person and has offered you advice. Emily's bucket list items are to go zip lining and scuba diving. I'm going to leave you with a quote that Emily likes. It was by Maya Angelou. It describes her philosophy of life. If you're always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be. Best wishes to you, Emily. I wish you a lifetime of happiness and success. Be sure to remember, you wouldn't have it if you didn't earn it. Now will be amazing. Mr. and Mrs. Glady, could you please stand up and be recognized along with Emily?
Well, this concludes our senior ceremony. I would like to thank everyone who made this night possible and congratulate our seniors again for such an awesome job here at our high school. If anybody's interested in purchasing any of our lovely plants that are on our table, please see Mr. Melby on your way out. And please drive safely. Thank you.